of the absolute value equation. Okay, so we have already isolated them. So step one was done for us. So we have our, I'm trying to get that darn 5 again. So minus 5x plus 10. And that's equal to 5 rather, minus 4x. Oh boy, that's just having a real hard time with this. These are equal signs. Okay, so let's see. The negative number we're going to move, so we're going to add 5x, and add 5x, and now when we add this 5x to the minus 4x, that's just going to give us x. That's going to be nice, huh? Well, we have to move this 5 first, right? So we've got minus 5 and minus 5. And if anybody's going to read this, I'm amazed, but oh well. And we're getting the fact that x, this side is 5, and it is equal to x. So x is 5. All right, so one of the answers is 5. And note, I did say one of the answers because we haven't done the minus version of this. So I'm going to do it up here. I have minus 5. I'm just having a heck of a time with these 5s. Plus 10 equal to negative 5 minus, plus rather, plus because we changed our signs, 4x. Now, when we move this, we should take the minus over, right? Because it's smaller. And so we add 5x. And we add 5x. And we're going to get 9x, aren't we? But first we're going to add the 5, right? And I'm sorry. We're going to finally do it halfway decent 5. And add 5. And so, okay, now we see that we have 9x, right? 9x. And this side's 15. Okay, so when I divide by my 9, I get 15 nines. Now I wouldn't knock you off on that right now, but eventually you definitely would be, because you have to reduce that to 5/3. Okay. Oh, another one. Okay, so we're just going to subtract 3 because we have to isolate this first step, right? And of course we're getting x equals 10. I'm going to use that sign, and x equals negative 10. And then there you go, you're done. Instead of negative 10. Write an absolute value inequality representing all numbers x whose distance from 0 is less than 13 units. All numbers whose distance from 0 is less than an absolute value. Okay, so what numbers are we talking about? We're talking about let's see, minus 13 and 13. Now it's not equal to, so we're just going to talk about x is an absolute value. It's less than 13. So minus 13 would be less than, minus 13 and 13 are not included. Right? Okay. Graph inequality. Okay, so we change that to equal. We add 9, so clearly x is 9. And it says greater than or equal, so I'm going to fill it in. And putting in, I guess I'll use 0 on this F sign. Absolute value of negative 9 is 9. That's not less than 0. 1,000 on the right-hand side, and it is not less than 0. But 9 works. 9 minus 9 is 0, so it's 9. Graph the inequality. Well, from the first page, we remember that this is a vertical line. So we're just going to try and notice it's not equal, so I'm going to dash. dash, 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 right through minus 3, right? Okay, get this dash up here, put my line, arrow on. Okay, so this is a vertical line like we said, and it's through minus 3, okay, but x is bigger than that, right? X is going to be bigger. Where is x bigger than minus 3? Well, is 0 is an x value, 5 is an x value, 5 up here, x value. It's certainly bigger, and so we go like that, right? And remember on the test, if you do this problem and leave your answer over here, to put an arrow so that the grader can find it. So factor completely, well, this is one I just tossed in. It's just a leader. Everybody should have got y squared out of there, so I got y squared out of there. And I have these params, right? But I'm going to show you that this is what we're going to be doing soon. 6 minus 23 and 20 have nothing in common because 23 is a prime number. So 6 is 2 and 3, and 20 is 4 and 5, or also 20 could be 1 and 10. I mean 1 and 20 or 2 and 10. But I look at it, 4 times 2 is 8, and 3 times the 5 is 15, and 8, okay, did you hear that? 4 times the 2, so I got 2x and 3x, right? That's what's going to make up the 6. And I just said that 4 times the 2, so it's negative since the middle term's negative, and 5 times, here goes a 5 again. Hey, look at that. So 15 and 8 is 23, so I factored it completely. Again, this was just a little extra credit, and so you got it. Solve the compound inequality. Compound inequality. Okay, so looking at this as an equal, when I add 0.9 to 0.5, I get 1.4. So I have 1.4 equal to 0.2x. And when I add 0.9 to 1, I get 1. So 2x equals 1.9. All right, so now when I divide by my 2, clearly 0.2 rather, 0.2, I'm going to get my critical points. And I see that this is, I could write 1.9 over 0.2, but by multiplying by 10 over 10, I get 19 over 2, which is 19 over 2, which is 9.5. 9.5 of prob. And it's not equal, so I'm going to put an open circle right here. Okay, and that's 9.5. Or you could put 19 over 2. Okay, and then 0.2 into 1.4, again, multiplying both by 10, 10 over 10 is 1, gives me 14 over 2, which is 7, and 7's right here. And again, that's an open circle. All right, so I look, and I'm going to try 0, and minus 0.9 is not bigger than 0.5, so that doesn't work. In here, I'm going to try 8, and 0.2 times 8 is 1.6. 1.6 minus 0.9 is 0.7, and 0.7 is in between those two numbers, so I shade. I'm going to try 1,000, of course, which is way over here, and naturally 500 is not less than 1, so I'm done. Solve the inequality. All right, x is minus 3, or x is minus 3, or x is minus 3? Yeah, x is minus 3, it's isolated, or x is 3. X equals minus 3, and x equals 3. So I go to minus 3 and 3, and minus 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. And it's not equal. So over here I try minus 1,000. It gives me 1,000. 1,000 is bigger than minus 3. Yeah, minus 3. Okay. In between I tried 0. Oh, 0 is bigger. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to try 1,000, and certainly 1,000 is bigger than minus 3. Now I just have these two open spots. What about minus 3? If I put minus 3 in, I get 3, and that's bigger, so that's now a closed circle. And what about 3? Yeah, that's bigger. So x is an element of the real numbers. So all real numbers. Excuse me. Nathan invested his $3,000 poker winnings in a 3-year certificate at 0.03. Oh, that's terrible, but at least he invested it. I equals PRT to find the amount of interest. Okay, so the amount of interest I is going to equal is 3,000. Well, at least it go back to gambling with it, right? So, and then in parens I have the rate of 0.03, and then in other parens I have the time is 3 years. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Well, 2 of these zeros, 100, takes care of 2 of these zeros, so if I get rid of these 2 zeros, I can move my decimal. Now 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 30, 9 times 30 is 270. Okay. Now this last minus 2, okay, minus 2, that's right there, but it's a solid one, right? And 2, okay, that's an open one. And now we test, minus 1,000 is less, but it's not bigger than that, so that doesn't work. 0 is definitely in between, so I shade. And 1,000 doesn't work. Interval notation. Okay, so we need to remember that the solid circle is a bracket. And, of course, the other one is a paren. Well, that concludes this review. I hope it helps you, and of course, the reason I did it is to allow you to look at it as many times as you need to. Again, I apologize for the handwriting.